Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. So glad to hear it's Friday. I know we've had a busy week here at WIT, and I know you've been really busy tracking Aaron. I know that the impacts are still being felt. I actually did just see, we'll pull it up in our 8 o'clock hit, but we will talk about the NCDOT sent out a new picture of what Highway 12 is looking like right now after Aaron's impacts overnight with the high tide. They're still dealing with quite a bit of overwash and some dunes.
High tide right now, and then again around sunset they'll hit another high tide. And they've continued the coastal flood warning out there. Water is still running 2 to 3 feet above normal this morning, and then later today it won't be quite as high that next high tide, but still running obviously high. The winds have come down. The winds are done. It takes a good 24 to 48 hours for the seas to get back to a normal place. It's a slower process.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll have those pictures up for you during our 8 o'clock First Alert Desk newscast. But before we get into it, like we mentioned, we're really thankful that Aaron didn't make as much of an impact as it could have. It could have been a lot worse. And we actually spoke with a survivor of a tornado from last year from the effects of Hurricane Helene out in Rocky Mount. And he told us his brave story, everything that he had gone through in the wake of the tornado and everything that's followed through. He's had many surgeries. He had lots of injuries from the tornado. Thankfully, he's alive. He's alive to tell his story. And he's here with a message to remind others that when we do have these warnings, it's really important to really consider them.
Yeah, especially tornado warnings.
Yes.
You can be seriously injured or lose your life quickly if you're not ready for them. This was a big one that hit Rocky Mount.
Right. So we're going to take a look at his story right now.
We didn't expect to live. I didn't expect to be here today.
This is James Massenberg of Spring Hope, a survivor of the EF3 tornado that touched down in Rocky Mount on September 27th of 2024. It damaged businesses, including one medical equipment store that left 4 employees severely injured. Almost a year later, at the site where the building used to stand, Massenberg says it's a day he will never forget.
It's about 1:30ish, and we just noticed that the weather started to change, and it was just too late. We didn't get out of the building in time. In that moment, we just saw the windows cracking, and we saw the back of that building get tore off, easy, just like it was nothing. And we started running.
He says his life flashed before his eyes.
Wow, you think about everything you did in your life, whether it was good or bad. Knowing that you might not live after this, it might be the end. And I think all of us at that moment, we just started telling God to forgive us for anything.
He says the tornado led to the 400 stitches in his body and the inability to walk due to severe injuries to his legs, arms, head, and even a hole in his heart.
When I got out of the hospital, I could barely hold my head up. I weighed about 118 pounds when I came out, mainly because I couldn't eat. I took in so much water, blood, bleeding, all that stuff. So
for a few months, Massenberg says he wasn't able to be a part of family milestones, and also says he didn't receive any workers' compensation for 4 to 5 months. Now he's receiving more support and feeling strong enough to return back to the place where his life changed forever. He's encouraging others to never take life for granted.
Just love one another. Just come together as a community, whether it's family or whatever. Just to love one another, because it ain't easy out here.
Very important message there. Just reminding everyone here to unite with one another, love one another, especially in these terrifying times, so close to death.
Yeah, that kind of event requires a community to take care of each other, without a doubt. That was an EF3 tornado. We don't see a lot of those. 2011, we had an outbreak back in 1984. I mean, there's really those 2 key outbreaks. Outside of that, you can probably count on one hand the number of EF3 tornadoes in eastern Carolina. That tornado shocked everyone. How big it was coming through there when it did. And obviously that man, very lucky to come away with his life. And he's got a great attitude, not only coming away intact, but mentally very strong. And everybody's different. Some people can come out of an event like that in a whole different kind of higher level when they were prior, and then some people it can they don't really ever recover from it.
Right.
So it's a good story.
Yeah, very powerful.
Yep.
All right, well, let's talk the weather for this weekend.
Yep.
I mean, like we said, it was a busy week, so nice to hear that this weekend, especially today and tomorrow, looking pretty nice and calm.
I'm very happy.
Yeah.
And I think most people would say the same. This is going to be a nice little run of weather we've got coming up. Save Sunday's looking a little bit questionable. I don't want to toss out Sunday yet. I'm getting a lot of variation on the models. Some of them want to keep the bulk of the rain right along the Crystal Coast or offshore. A few of the other ones bring it more inland on Sunday. So we're still working on Sunday's rain coverage and duration. So kind of stay tuned on that. I'll show you what I'm seeing here in just a sec. Let's talk Aaron first, get you updated on the now Category 1 hurricane, which is quickly racing away from the coast. I said it several times on the morning show. I'm going to say it again. Thank you, Aaron, for staying off the coast. And when I say that, I mean the eye of the storm. That eye shifts 200 miles and comes ashore, and we're in a totally different place this morning than what we are. It could have been a much, much, much more significant event in terms of power outages, damage, storm surge, everything that comes with a storm like Aaron. So she behaved, followed that forecasted track, and we are very thankful for that. Winds are at 90 this morning, sustained around the center. A lot of dry air getting infused. This thing is transitioning to more of an extratropical, losing its tropical characteristics, becoming more like a big nor'easter type storm as it races off to the northeast, stays away from eastern Canada. Everybody's saying thank you, not just us, but up and down the East Coast. A big sigh of relief on this one. Hopefully we can continue to do that the rest of the season. We haven't even gotten anywhere near the heart of the season yet. We're just starting to move towards it now. There's our other development area. We've got 3 more actually. This is the highest risk. Fernand is the next name on the list. That red shaded area is now up to an 80% chance. Tropical waves right where the X is, moving generally west-northwest and then turning northward like Aaron did and headed towards Bermuda. Unlike Aaron, this one will be further off the coast and likely going to be weaker. I'm talking as if it's definitely going to develop. Most of the data says it will. Could it not end up reaching a depression or a storm? It's possible, but it's likely this will come together and not impact us. That track and the strength I'm seeing, an increase in surf late next week maybe, and that's about all we'll see out of that. Behind it, 2 more areas. The orange shaded area down there in the deep Atlantic, 60%. If that changes to a red, 70% high risk or higher. That may happen later today or tomorrow. That's still way out there. And then we've got a weak little tropical wave, that yellow shaded area, low risk of development there. Gabriel and Umberto, the names after Fernand. Lots to watch, but none of them that concerning at this time. Yesterday, maximum winds from Aaron. We can handle this kind of wind all day. Outer Banks hit 40, 45. I didn't see anything over 50 out there. I'm sure there were a few gauges that might have hit 50 here or there, but generally 40 to 50, we'll call it gusts on the coast. Inland, mid-20s. I was thinking we'd hit about a 30. We were 5 under that. No worries. Today, the storm surge warnings are gone. The tropical storm warnings are gone. We're hanging on to a coastal flood warning for a 2 to 3 foot above normal water level, generally around high tide this morning, and then maybe again later today before things really start settling down. And then a coastal flood advisory, which indicates a lesser level of flooding, not as significant, 1 to 2 feet down there, Crystal Coast. And that includes the Sound side, Carteret County, back in towards Cedar Island and Merriman as well. All right, beaches, rip current risks still high. You can see the surf along the Outer Banks, high on the Outer Banks. Yesterday, those were 16, 17-foot waves. Today, 7, 8 foot. Cutting them in half. Well, should knock that down by another 2, 3 feet tomorrow. Continuing to get better and better. The Crystal Coast, you've dropped to moderate on your rip risk. You could do the beach today. I wouldn't recommend getting into surf along the Outer Banks. If you're going to go into the Crystal Coast, make sure there's a lifeguard there. All right, and don't go that far in. Hopefully we can knock these levels back down a bit more tomorrow. As a lot of you maybe get the kids, hop in the car for the last weekend before school. One more beach weekend before we head back into school. And again, I think we'll be good Saturday. Sunday, a little questionable. Talk about that in a sec here. 7:30 a.m. High tide, so right now we'll come back to a low tide early afternoon. Headlines for today: 83 under a partly cloudy sky. It's mostly cloudy now. I think those clouds will break a bit. Forget those arrows on there. There's no rain. Air temp 68, coast 71, wind speed 5 out of the north. I love a north breeze in the summer. You don't get it very often. Brings a little lower humidity and feeling good. Partly cloudy this afternoon. I put comfortable on there. By late August standards, definitely 10-ish on the wind on the coast, maybe a little above that. A little less as we get inland. Under 10 on the inland winds. Tomorrow that'll become a little more easterly and stay in that same ballpark on the speeds. All right, big map. You can see that front off the coast. Aaron racing away. Map looks good. Today and tomorrow. See that rain gathering south of us? That little wave of low pressure down there. Will it or won't it clip us on Sunday? It looks like at least the Crystal Coast will catch some rain out of it. There's late Saturday. We're still good tomorrow for the Winterville Watermelon Festival. Tonight, tomorrow, it's Sunday that's in question. So let's get you there. Sunday morning, sun's coming up. Clouded in, rain on the coast, nothing inland. It looks like that may be the setup. Maybe south of 264, some rain on Sunday. Central northern counties, not so much. That could shift a bit. That's not a big, strong low, but some rain with it, no doubt. That low kicks out Monday, draws that next cold front through as we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, and some really autumn-esque air comes in the middle of next week. Best chance of rain the next 8 days, Sunday. That chance 60%, subject to changing on the rain chance Sunday. Today and tomorrow, fine. Some clouds, yes. Rain, no. Same deal Monday. Some clouds, yes. Rain, not much. And then generally blue skies Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Highs around 80, 81-ish. And the lows tumbling down to near 60. Upper 50s, potentially sunrise Thursday. If we get there, maybe some new record lows for a few spots here in late August. Good stuff, Gigi.
Yeah, nice to see all the good weather coming our way, especially tonight and tomorrow for the Winterville Watermelon Fest. And then I know that high school football is kicking off tonight as well. So good stuff. Good to see that we're really bringing it in with some nice weather, not super sweltering temperatures.
Oh gosh, yeah. It seems like every year the Winterville Watermelon Festival is scorching hot and muggy, although I think it was scheduled a little in the deeper heart of summer in the past. And the ECU kids, a lot of kids moving in, I think, this weekend. I think ECU starts school Monday as well. So move-in weekend for the kids. Good today, good Saturday. Hopefully everybody's settled in by Sunday with that rain chance coming in latter half of the weekend. No matter what you're doing, generally we're in a good place. Sundays is a questionable time, especially southern counties.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Jim. And just letting everyone know, tonight during our shows, our afternoon shows, we will have a reporter. I believe Elise Sandlin will be live at the Winterville Watermelon Fest. So if you want to check our afternoon shows,
she'll be there.
I'll be there as well. Yes, I won't be on the TV. I'll probably be away, but she'll be riding the rides, talking to some people out there. So catch our newscast later tonight, or hopefully I'll see you at the Winterville Watermelon Fest.
Stop by, say hi to Gigi. It's a great festival. You've got the rides and the vendors tonight. They open at 6 o'clock, and then all day tomorrow. I think things open up at 9. The parade at 10, maybe at 10 a.m. Parade's at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Watermelon eating contest noon tomorrow. Tons of live music, all the vendors, all the food, so much to do. Weather looks great. No reason not to enjoy it.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us this morning. Just want to say hello and good morning to Bobby. Hope you also have a great weekend as well. We'll see you at 8 o'clock for another news and weather update.